Hi students, in this session let us discuss a few 1 or 2 mark questions in the lesson moving charges and magnetism. Few questions may ask in the examination for what? 1 or 2 mark. Try to concentrate or try to what? Write the answer for the few questions which may come repeatedly what? In the examination. The first question what I am selecting here is, the first one is, what is velocity selector? What is velocity selector? Velocity selector. So this is the most expected what? 1 mark question in the lesson moving charges and magnetism, and we will try to find the answer for the question, the velocity selector. So imagine that you have the group of charged particles of different velocity. Out of group of charged particles of different velocity, I want to select charged particles of particular velocity. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ದು, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ನ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಿದೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಡಿವೈಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ velocity selector is a device which is used to select charged particles of particular velocity out of the charged particles of what? Different velocity. That particular device will call it as a velocity selector. Now concentrate or focus on the definition of the velocity selector. What is velocity selector here? Velocity selector is a device which is used to select charged particles of particular velocity out of charged particles of what? Different velocity. That particular technique will call it as a velocity selector. So one of the most important, the use or practical application of velocity selector is, the velocity selector is used in the technique called what? Mass spectroscopy. Velocity selector is generally used in the technique called mass spectroscopy, and mass spectroscopy is a technique of determining the mass of what? Subatomic particles, or mass of the what? Nucleus. Mass of the nucleus or mass of the subatomic particles or mass of the atoms can be estimated with help of the technique called what? Mass spectroscopy. In this mass spectroscopy we are making use of the device called what? Velocity selector. So second important application of velocity selector is, generally the velocity selector is used to determine E by M. This is E by M is also called specific charge. Specific charge. In the determination of specific charge of charged particles, we are making use of the concept called what it is? Velocity selector. So first you focus on the definition of the velocity selector. As of now, the definition of the velocity selector. What is velocity selector here? It is a device used to select charged particles of particular velocity out of charged particles of what? Different velocity. That particular device will call it as a velocity selector here. Next I will go for the second important definition in the lesson, that is magnetic momentum. What is magnetic momentum? What is magnetic momentum? Mention its SI unit. Mention its SI unit. What is magnetic momentum? Mention its SI unit. If you consider circular coil or a circular loop, if you consider the circular loop, pass a current through this circular loop. Pass a current through this circular loop. Whenever you are passing current through this circular loop, one of its face behaves as what? North pole, and its opposite face behaves as a what? South pole. In general, any circular loop, if we consider any circular loop which carries the current, is similar to the what? Magnet, and this is going to produce what? Magnetic field. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, and definitely it is going to produce what? Magnetic field. When it behaves as a magnet, definitely it should have the property called magnetic momentum. Then what is magnetic momentum? The magnetic momentum is a product of current in a loop and area of the loop. The product of current in a loop and area of the loop is generally, we will call it as a magnetic momentum. So the magnetic momentum is generally denoted by what? M here. This M is given by, that is magnetic momentum is given by, it is A into I here. What is A? Area of loop here. What loop you are taking? What is I here? Current in the loop. The product of area of the loop and current in the loop, we will call it as a magnetic momentum. Magnetic momentum. Then what is this SI unit? Definitely the SI unit is, area is expressed in terms of what? Meter square, and current is expressed in terms of what? The ampere. Therefore what is the SI unit? Ampere per square meter. The ampere per square meter is a SI unit of what? Magnetic momentum. Definition concentrate ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? What is magnetic momentum? The product of area of the loop and current in the loop, we will call it as a magnetic momentum, and its SI unit is ampere square meter is the SI unit, and of course it is a vector physical quantity. The magnetic momentum or magnetic moment is a vector physical quantity. So this is the next definition what we can expect in the examination from the lesson moving charges and magnetism. Next comes third one. What is Bohr magneton? What is Bohr magneton? What is Bohr magneton? Mention its value. Mention its value. What is Bohr magneton? Mention its value. If you consider motion of electron around the nucleus, I will take an example of hydrogen atom. In a hydrogen atom, around the nucleus, electron is revolving in which orbit? Circular orbit. When the electron is revolving in the circular orbit, due to the motion of electron in an orbit, definitely the current is going to produce. ಯಾವ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್? What is the definition of electric current? Rate of flow of charge or motion of a charge will always produce the current. When the electron is continuously moving around the nucleus in a circular orbit, in that orbit definitely there exists a current. If there exists a current, whatever the orbit you are considering, that orbit behaves as a circular loop. This orbit is similar to what? Circular loop. Around this circular loop, definitely there exists a which field? Magnetic field. Illinu kuda magnetic field produce agutte. At the same time that revolving electron will be having the property called magnetic moment. Definitely that revolving electron will be having the property called magnetic moment. Then what is Bohr magneton? Bohr magneton is a magnetic moment of a revolving electron in first orbit of hydrogen atom. Electron first orbit nalli revolve agಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ atom ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ atom ನಲ್ಲಿ first orbit ನಲ್ಲಿ revolve ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ that we will call it as a Bohr magneton ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Tell me what is Bohr magneton? Bohr magneton is a magnetic movement of electron revolving at first orbit of a hydrogen atom. So it is defined as magnetic movement of electron at first orbit of hydrogen atom. The magnetic movement of electron revolving at the first orbit of hydrogen atom is generally we will call it as a Bohr magneton, and the Bohr magneton is generally denoted by a symbol UB, and its value is nearly 9.27 into 10 power minus 21 ampere square meter. It is the value of the Bohr magneton. The value of Bohr magneton is given by 9.27 into 10 power minus 21 ampere square meter. We will call it as a Bohr magneton. Then comes the next question. What is gyromagnetic ratio? The next question is, what is gyromagnetic ratio? Okay. So when electron is revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit, as per the Bohr's atomic model, it can have the angular momentum. That is, angular momentum of the revolving electron is fixed in an orbit. ಯಾವುದೇ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ angular momentum ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. According to the Bohr's atomic model, the angular momentum of the revolving electron is given by n into h divided by 2 pi. Angular momentum of the electron in a orbit at which electron is revolving is given by L is equals to n into h divided by 2 pi. What is n here? N is a orbit number at which electron is revolving. If the electron is revolving in first orbit, the value of n is equals to 1. If it is revolving in the second orbit, the value of n is equals to 2 here. So this is the formula which is used to calculate the angular momentum of the electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit. And electron can also have the property called what? Magnetic moment. Electron can also have the property called magnetic moment when it is revolving around the nucleus. Then I will find the ratio. Which ratio? A ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum. Magnetic moment to angular momentum of electron. The ratio of magnetic moment to angular momentum of electron when the electron is revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit, that ratio will call it as a gyromagnetic ratio. That ratio will call it as a gyromagnetic ratio. You can also calculate the gyromagnetic ratio when the electron is revolving at the first orbit of what? Hydrogen atom. Gyromagnetic ratio is generally denoted by gamma. It is the ratio of what? Magnetic momentum to the angular momentum. What is the magnetic momentum of the electron revolving at the first orbit? It is given by μb. Correct? It is also called Bohr magneton. Divided by what is the angular momentum of the electron revolving at the first orbit? That is given by what? H divided by 2 pi. Take 2 pi to the numerator. It will be μb into 2 pi divided by what? H here. What is μb? It is called Bohr magneton. Its value is already we know, 9.27 into 10 power minus 21. Substitute the value of pi and substitute the value of Planck's constant, H value. 6.625 into, what is the value of H? 6.625 into 10 to the power what? Minus 34. If you substitute and calculate, you will get the value of gyromagnetic ratio. That's not necessary here. Just you focus on the definition of what? The gyromagnetic ratio. What is gyromagnetic ratio? It is the ratio of angular momentum, magnetic momentum to the angular momentum. We will call it as a gyromagnetic ratio. Okay. I will move to the next question. Next question. What is solenoid? What is solenoid? What is solenoid? Mention an expression for. Mention an expression for. Expression for magnetic field. Magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid. Inside the solenoid, and explain the terms. Explain the terms. It is most expected 2-mark question for the examination. What is solenoid? Mention an expression for magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid and explain the terms here. What is solenoid? Solenoid is it is a long cylindrical coil. That long cylindrical coil, we will call it as a solenoid here. The wire, copper wire, is continuously wound to form a cylinder. Okay, if you consider, it's like a spring. It's like similar to the spring. Solenoid structure is similar to the what? The spring. Any long cylindrical coil, we will call it as a solenoid here. What is solenoid? Solenoid is a long cylindrical coil which carry the current. We will call it as a solenoid. Very interestingly, the magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid is constant. Magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid is constant. It is given by the formula B is equals to what? μ0 N into I here. Expression for magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid is given by μ0 N into I here. What is μ0? μ0 is called, it is called permeability. μ0 is called permeability of free space. And what is N? Small n. Small n is equals to what? Capital N by L. Where capital N is number of turns of a solenoid. Capital N is number of turns of a solenoid. Just turns is the way. What is L here? Length of a solenoid. Then what is small n? Small n is called number of turns per unit length of a solenoid. Small n is turns per unit length of a solenoid here. Small n stands for turns, that is number of turns per unit length of a solenoid. The number of turns per unit length of a solenoid. What is I? I is a current in a solenoid. So this is the expression for the magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid here. Okay. Next is, what is a toroid? What is toroid? Mention an expression for magnetic field at any point inside the toroid. So there is slight difference between solenoid and toroid here. Very slight difference between solenoid and toroid. The difference is, any solenoid bent to form a circle. If you any solenoid, if you bend to form a circle, then it is called what? The toroid. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸೊಲನಾಯ್ಡ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ then it is called what? Toroid. Toroid is a what? Circular coil ಅನ್ನೋದು. Circular coil ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ toroid is a what? Any what? Solenoid you consider, if you bend the solenoid to form a circle, then such a type of arrangement will call it as a toroid. So the magnetic field at any point inside the toroid is also same. Magnetic field at any point inside the toroid is also same. That is given by B is equals to mu naught Ni. Once again, where mu naught is called permeability of free space, small n is called number of turns per unit length of a toroid, and I stands for what? Current in a toroid here. So this is another question what we can expect in the examination. The next question what I am taking here is, what is the resistance? What is the resistance of ideal ammeter? What is the resistance of ideal ammeter? Next is, what is the resistance? What is the resistance? Resistance of ideal voltmeter. What is the resistance of ideal ammeter and what is the resistance of ideal voltmeter? So in the concept called conversion of galvanometer into ammeter and galvanometer into voltmeter, I have made one point clear. Current measuring device should have the minimum resistance. Current measuring device ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ minimum resistance ಇರಬೇಕು. Voltage measuring device should have the maximum resistance. Voltage measuring device should have the maximum resistance. Current ammeter is a current measuring device. It should have what? Minimum resistance. Ideally minimum ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? Ideally minimum ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? Definitely should be 0. Okay. What is the resistance of ideal ammeter? The ideal ammeter has 0 resistance. The resistance of the ideal ammeter is a 0. As I said you, voltmeter should have the maximum resistance. Ideally maximum ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? Definitely should be what? Infinity. Infinity. Then what is the resistance of ideal voltmeter? The resistance of the ideal voltmeter is infinity.